Sony can screw itself.
I know, Joseph. I know how mad you are about that.
I want to strangle you.
But before you learn about that, what were we going to talk about?
I completely forgot. Like, literally, Sony backing out of Spider-Man literally just derailed my train of thought.
Yeah, as of the time we're recording this, that happened recently.
Literally, like,
he's so mad about it. Basically, this means that, like, okay, back in 2015, right? Sony came to a deal with Marvel Studios in which they would make Spider-Man movies and have Spider-Man be allowed to appear in other MCU movies. This canceled the Amazing Spider-Man series, and it brought Tom Holland into the MCU. They said that they'll continue with Tom Holland movies, but they're not sure
if Marvel's gonna be involved.
Yeah,
they're gonna suck. Like, I love Tom
Hopefully
Holland.
they'll come to an agreement. Hopefully they'll figure something out.
I hope Sony, you can suck it, but this isn't the Sony can suck it show. That's a different show. Maybe we'll start that next year.
What show is this, Joseph?
If you didn't know, this is the PodXCast, where each and every episode, I, your host with the most, Joseph Prana, bring you a guest or a friend to talk to. Today's another friend. Sometimes I bring over a corporate asshole or a content asshole. Today I'm bringing you my friend because my creative buddy, because he is not an asshole, thank God. If he worked at Sony, I would have definitely kicked his ass. Do you work for Sony now?
No, but
your ass is safe.
What if they paid me really well? And, like, I'd be able to, like, make it... Because that's the thing about, like, the career I want to go into. I want to make money writing.
Mm-hmm. You want to write stuff.
If I'm able to, like, support myself with that, that would be great. And then I would start working towards, like, okay, I want to make my shit now. Like, Edgar Wright style. Like, I want to make my shit.
Please, no. I'm kidding. No, I think you should just start with signing off on other IPs first and then doing your own IPs. So take it a step at a time.
Give me a sec. I'm just going to adjust the camera, but
you
tell them about whatever you want to tell them about.
Yes, well, this could be the Sony Can Go Suck It show. I'm sorry, I'm very angry because, like, Spider-Man is one of my favorite, if not my favorite superhero of all time, and we finally were perfect. We had the Marvel Studios character. We just got Fantastic Four next month, and we have Spider-Man. Why does this have to happen now? I don't know, but anyway,
I forgot. What did you think of Homecoming?
It was...
Is it one of your favorites, or?
Yeah, I think it's better than Spider-Man 2. I'm not sure. It's been a while.
No, honestly, like, it's fair. In my opinion, Homecoming is okay. But Far From Home is amazing. Like, I really liked Far From Home.
Is it weird how, for me, I flipped those two? Like, I really enjoyed Homecoming.
Like...
But Far From Home is that I think for the first time ever, I'm the one saying this. I think it was trying to do too much in one story.
You think so?
I feel like having it be the Infinity Saga epilogue. I don't think it's the conclusion. I think it's an epilogue where we're getting a little bit of a taste of how is the world post the blip, and we're getting that, but it isn't necessarily setting up what the next big thing's going to be. Are they what's the next big event? Is it going to be Secret War, Secret Invasion? Is it going to be Galactus? Is it going to be Annihilus? We don't know yet. Far From Home is not that. It's not the Phase 4 starter. It definitely
it's not. It's like you said. It's like the epilogue. It's not like the climax that was Endgame, but like this is the epilogue. This is like the all right. You know, like let's wind down.
Yeah.
And now we're over. We're good.
Yeah. So, I enjoyed Far From Home. It was just those elements making it a little bit more. I still love Mysterio. I still love the story. I love the cast.
Mysterio was probably one of the best parts of the movie.
You just loved his beard, didn't you?
No, I thought he was like... It's funny. I complained about how inaccurate the Vulture was, but like, oh my god, Mysterio was so accurate. It was great.
He worked well.
Yeah.
And too bad he's well, no spoilers here. Or is he? We don't know. Actually, we don't know because we don't know. Bless you.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, we don't know.
We don't know what Sony's doing now. It's because it's just Sony now.
Yeah.
Sony. So anyway, George. So I don't know when this is being posted, but I definitely know this is being posted in September. So by this point, summer vacation is sadly over, and we're back. I'm back in school. You're going back to work.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking screwed. To go back to school, but we each at the time of this record, we just came back from our respectful vacations. Yep. I would play the Vacations All I Ever Wanted song, but I cannot get copyrighted.
Yeah, no, that's probably not a good idea.
Vacations All I Ever Wanted.
Vacations All I Ever Wanted.
Oh, I know.
That's the only... I know I can actually sing, but if I'm not... If, like, I sound tone deaf about it, we'll have a less likely chance of getting copyrighted.
Probably, yeah. So, yeah, we just both came back from our respectful vacations, and I feel like we both had some very interesting tales of astonishment to tell from that.
Tales of... yeah.
Yeah, I forgot what movie that made a reference to. I think it was Ant-Man, I think.
Yes. Tales to Astonish.
Yeah, no, I remember. You want to start up first? Because you're... No offense to you. I'm not calling you like...
I had a small vacation.
Yeah, you were more shorter than mine, so you want to get
you went to your place for like a week, right? And I only went for a weekend.
Yeah, so you want to start with yours?
I went to Pennsylvania for a weekend. I went to a small town there. Honestly, like, it was really as simple as that. I just went to a small town in Pennsylvania. It was away from the city. It was away from, like, everything. And I just kind of chilled out. I spent some time swimming at the hotel. I went go-kart racing for a day. And... Oh, I went to... Okay, it's funny. I also went to another town that I always used to visit as a kid.
So you went back now as an adult?
Yeah, so I went back there now as an adult. The hotel that I stayed at when I was a kid, it burned down.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, but...
They didn't repair it?
Well, when I went back there, it looks like they're building something new. I'm assuming they're building a new hotel there.
Okay. But it wasn't ready for when you got there?
No. It's literally like a building under construction, but I was like, at least they're doing something.
Instead of leaving that land there.
Yeah. So that was nice.
Simple vacation, nothing too extravagant.
Very simple.
And you got to spend some very overdue TLC time with your sister.
Yeah, I went there with my sister. Just her and I. We were just chilling, on the car ride there. Her and I were just shooting the shit. It was cool.
Shooting the shit?
Talking.
Oh, honestly, no one has ever used that term in my
really?
Before. No,
oh wow,
no one. Maybe I heard it on a TV show somewhere, but I never really heard it like in public.
Okay.
Nothing against you, it's just I never heard it.
Yeah. Nah, I just had it sounds ridiculously simple.
But vacations can be like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be this extravagant, we got to do something every single day and, we got to do something so fancy and somehow that ended up being my vacation to an extent. But
yeah, they don't have to be like that. I just wanted to chill out and I got to do that.
Mm-hmm. Did you turn off your phone for the entire weekend or was it just minimum, minimum outside world contact?
Minimum outside world contact.
So
I checked everything, social media and all that garbage. Maybe once.
Every day or just once every few hours?
No, once for the whole vacation.
Oh, I thought you I thought it was just once per day. That's why.
It might have been twice.
But you tried to get away from your phone.
Yeah, but I was pretty far away from my phone, so yeah.
Okay, well at least you got to enjoy
nice.
that.
Yeah, no, it's what I realize is it's what I needed.
Yeah, of course. You need some self-healing. I don't want to say
not self-healing, but
because that sounds like you're something traumatic.
Yeah,
you just need some a very well overdue shutdown for a while.
Yeah, I needed time away from everybody and everything.
Yeah.
I prefer living in the city.
Oh, no,
I prefer living in my town, which is very close to the city.
Mm. Yeah, we can get to that in a moment.
Yeah,
but overall, did you enjoy You like the area?
Yeah, it's what I needed for a short time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I think everyone needs that, and the longer you prolong that, you're just gonna eventually get more
stressed.
Not stressed too, but you just feel a little bit anxious to I need to get away from this.
Yeah.
And I think the other problem is the moment you take a vacation or you take something similar to that, you kind of just want to do that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I'm still vacation lag where it's I know I've been back for 3-4 days when we're recording this, but I still feel like I'm on vacation. Like, I still feel like I want
to
be back.
He was barely helping me set up for the podcast today. I was like, dude help me.
I'm sorry that Sony decided to say screw you to Disney. I'm currently emotionally damaged.
Okay.
So overall, your vacation was great.
It was great. What about yours?
Mine was very... It wasn't your typical vacation, but it was also a very fun, emotional, great vacation.
Cool.
So I went to Maryland to spend time with my friend Justin. Now, before George said, wait, can you even mention his name on this show? He was on my channel. If any of you remember Adventure Quest Clan, and yes, that was a show. We made 4 episodes, and we canceled it because he gave up.
Okay, man.
So he was on the channel before. So he and I are still very much good.
Wait, so he used to live in New York?
Yeah, so he used to be in my...
I never met him before, so...
Yeah, because he went to middle school with me, and I don't think we talked... We're going to save the middle school stuff for a later episode, but spoilers, it was the worst years of my life. But we met during that. That was kind of like one of the only bright spots of those years. We became friends as soon as middle school ended, into high school, and then, stuff happened. He moved away to Puerto Rico, and then we kind of, the friendship kind of dissolved for a little bit. Then he hit me up a few years ago, and we sort of just became online shooting pals again. And so he recently got married, and then I was supposed to go last year, but his housing arrangement wasn't the best for me to be going there.
That's right. Yeah, I remember you telling me.
He had a smaller place that was already cramped for him and his wife. So me being there would have yeah.
Because I know you collect pops, right?
Yeah.
And so didn't he collect pops too?
No. When I got there, he started collecting.
Oh,
I started his collection.
Wait, didn't you have a friend though who was a pop collector, but he was like, all right, I'll save them all for the day that I move into a better place. And he just, kept a shit ton of pops under his bed.
I do not remember.
Yeah, I swear to God you told me about somebody like that. Who, had a pop collection, but had nowhere to keep it. So he just had a shit ton of pops under his bed.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
What the fuck? I could have sworn you told me about this guy.
I'm trying to think right now, live on this show, but I'm drawing a blank right now.
Okay.
I might have. Maybe it was someone I used to know. I don't remember. I really don't.
All right.
But no. So basically, this year he had a new apartment. He has to go away soon. So the timing was now to do the big going down to Maryland and to go meet him, meet his wife. Pretty much and also it's like I have been stuck in the tri-state area for now I think 5 years. I haven't left the tri-state area. The last time I went away was to the Dominican Republic, which ironically was during, I think, was Hurricane... What was the hurricane we got in 2013, 2014?
Ooh, I remember.
We had a hurricane, and was
it Irma? I could be wrong.
I don't think it was Irma.
No.
Then I think I want to say Sandy or Harvey, but I think those were more later. I'm not sure. But there was a big hurricane at the time, and we decided that was the last time we went on a vacation, both financially, there was just no time.
Your whole family.
Just me and my dad and my sister. My mom and my dad were being divorced, so they didn't want to go away on we went on vacations together since then, but not anywhere tropical. It was to New Jersey or PA. That's it. We didn't really go outside of that area. So pretty much I was stuck in this tri-state area for 5 years. So I need to no offense, because I love you. I love our friend
it's
group.
exactly what I was saying. You needed to go.
I need to leave.
You needed to get away.
I need to leave.
It's exactly what that's the thing. That's my philosophy on vacations. You can do the extravagant tropical shit. That sounds like a lot of fun,
but a lot of money.
But and don't be afraid to do that if you really want to. Mm-hmm. It's just that what you need with a vacation is to get away from everybody and everything. Mm-hmm. Go to somewhere that you're not familiar with. Or that you are familiar with and haven't been to in a long time.
Yeah.
You need the space when you're on a vacation, in my opinion. And you don't need to go to tropical places in order to get that.
Or have a very fun time.
But not to make those sound bad though.
No, they don't. Every vacation has their purpose. Every vacation has their reason. This one was mainly to reconnect physically. And I don't mean in a sexual way for once. I don't mean that. It was is that I haven't seen this guy in like more than 5 years physically. I mean, he came over to New York 2 years ago, but we only like talked to each other for like 10 minutes. That's it. And then he had to go drive all the way back to Maryland. But so basically, I left Friday afternoon. I got there in the evening. Got to see him. Got to meet his wife. Got to meet his two very adorable, but very sleep non-inducing cats. They did not make me sleep for I think the entire trip. They kept trying to like sleep next to me, and they like my cat. He like jumps over me if he wants to sleep next to me. These cats, they would jump. They would like walk on me.
Be right back.
Go ahead. They would walk on me to like get to where I am. And I think when I arrived there, it was a very surreal experience because it was like, this was the first time I was going anywhere beyond the tri-state limits without my parents, without my family, without basically anyone I knew. This was like a very new experience for me because I've never been alone. Like, I'm only 21. A lot of people I knew already took very extravagant vacations without their families already. This was kind of my foot into the doorway to doing that. And I think by the end of the first night, when we got to night one, like when we were all falling asleep, I could not fall asleep for a good, I want to say 3-4 hours. I don't remember. I just could not sleep because I missed everyone. I got homesick on the first night, and it felt very bad because I honestly was considering for a good like hour while I was still like giving it my trying to get some sleep. It was like I miss home so much, and I was considering, should I just go to the bus station tomorrow and just buy a ticket back to New York. But it was only the first night, and this was my first night where it's like I said this before, like if I'm not sleeping in the same place with my parents. I'm not sleeping.
I didn't fall.
What?
I did not fall. You didn't see that.
I didn't see anything. But,
good.
It was just the first time I wasn't surrounded by anyone, family, biologically, in a long, if not ever. It was so weird. It reminded me when my parents were going through their divorce. I went to go, like, I think it was like the week where they were signing the papers. Mm. So they were still figuring out the custody arrangement. What was the plan for my mom to do after the divorce was final? So she dropped me off at our friend's house in Long Island for I think it felt like a week.
I'm sorry. Is it just me, or do you talk, or is this like the 4th or 5th time that you've talked about something very personal on this podcast?
I told you already. I think I said this on the last one. I'm totally fine with being that.
Oh yeah, like I know you're an open book. I keep getting surprised by it. I keep learning new things about you on this podcast. Like, I would have never thought, oh, George, when did you learn all this close things about Joseph? Oh, on a podcast that we record, you know? Yeah. Just like, go on.
Yeah, so that was like I think that was the first time I felt alone because my mom, it felt like a week. The whole me being dropped off with my sister at this house. And again, I knew these people. I trusted these people. But I'm like, I am so used to like going to find my mom or my dad. Yeah. And I felt so freaking shitty that entire like. It was only 2 days. It felt like so much longer, but it was only really 2 days. I felt so shitty because I just missed my parents. I needed that comfort of, to be with them, knowing that I'll be safe. And that was not the same feeling I had on this trip, but it was more like I really did miss them, and also I miss all of you. Because I'm so used, because like, if anything happened, I could easily go to Michael's, I can go to Charis's, or any one of my other friends in the area, or go to Whitestone to Sal. I have people close by. If something happens to me here in Maryland, and my friends that I was staying with were somehow dead, somehow, I'm not saying that they died.
Jesus.
I'm just saying, if anything happened, I have no one to turn to. Like, I wouldn't have a ticket to get back home. I wouldn't have money to get back home. So, whoop-de-doo. So yeah. So after night one, it was really chalant. It felt really nice to be away after. Bless you.
Thank you.
It felt really nice. Like after the first night, the first day hurdle, it felt really nice to be away, to kind of experience these new lands that I never was like been. I went inside a Navy base. I went inside a military base.
Cool.
I apparently, I don't think I've told you this. I think you saw this in our personal group chat with our friends. I apparently met my younger self.
You told me. Yeah.
So apparently,
weird.
My friend's wife has a cousin who was visiting for my friend's birthday, which was another one of the reasons why I went down there.
And he looks like you?
Supposedly, everyone says. I asked my mom, my dad, some of our friends. I asked a lot of people.
I didn't get to see a picture of him.
I took a video because we were in a very noisy car. And then,
can I see?
I'll show you after this. But
okay.
He was supposedly everyone said, yeah, he does look like. He's like, I don't see.
But you don't see it.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't I really, really don't. I don't know why everyone says that. And I'm like, okay, he's probably mini me. He's probably my son. He's probably my younger self, except not as fat. I got a story for that later on, but no, he was a very nice kid. He actually threw up when I saw him.
Nice.
We went to
I didn't know you had that effect on children, but all right.
No. So we went to a Navy base for my friend's birthday. His wife's family showed up too. So we had some hot dogs, and then my friend was like, let's go shoot some Frisbee. So I'm like, yeah, we did Frisbee for, I think, 30 minutes, because it takes a lot of barbecue. It takes a lot of cooking. Yeah. And I think by the time we were wrapping up to go get...
Oh my God, I ate so much on my vacation.
Same.
You guys ever been to Texas Roadhouse?
Roadhouse?
It's the greatest steakhouse ever, in my opinion.
I think all the best steakhouses are in Texas. We need to go to
Well,
Texas.
it's just named Texas Roadhouse, but you get the idea.
Well, we need to go to Texas someday.
But Joseph, I'm taking you to Texas Roadhouse one day, okay?
You're taking me to Texas? To a Roadhouse in Texas?
Oh my God, Joseph, you know what I mean. They have locations everywhere. It's that there are no locations that are near me.
Okay.
And you.
Okay. I get it. So anyway, we did that, and then as we were walking back, he threw up. Because we apparently ran too much, and he has a weak stomach. He didn't eat anything for the rest of the day. And also, this was my first time later that night, because he and a couple of our other relatives slept over the place we were staying at. First of all, very cramped quarters. If there were 6 people living in a very tiny apartment, very cramped. I got to sleep on the floor.
Nice.
Very nice. I'm on vacation. I got to sleep on the floor. Okay, sounds fair.
How much did you spend, though?
On what? The whole trip?
No, sleeping on the floor. How much does that cost you, Joseph?
It was free.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, but it's like...
You know how much I paid for my hotel?
I don't know.
I saved up this whole summer for it.
Oh, damn.
My sister and I, split it, but I was just like... You know me, Joseph. You know how hard it is for me to just let go of money.
Let go, yes. We were up to a... so this was the first time I had Uber Eats. We ordered some McDonald's at midnight.
Cool.
Should I have eaten 40 nuggets before I went to bed? No,
probably not.
No, I should have not.
But we live adventurous lives.
Yeah, but
so we can't help it if we're so amazing.
Yeah, but it's I don't want to eat. I told you on the last episode we talked about how never eat minutes before you go to bed, and I do that same stuff.
That sounds exactly like something you would do, though, yeah. Joseph.
Well, I didn't plan it.
This is your life. I'm not complaining.
And ironically, that wasn't the plan. We were gonna go order IHOP, which was even worse, at midnight for some pancakes. You know what? God. I just wanted some pancakes during my vacation. Spoilers, I did. I'll get to that in a moment.
Nice.
But no, it was a very interesting trip, and there's another aspect of that trip I learned, which I'll save it towards when I'm wrapping up this part. But overall, every day was just doing something new. I honestly expected going into this vacation, it was going to be because the way Justin and them, I'm not going to spoil what they are given their current status. I wasn't expecting us to go out to eat every day. I wasn't expecting us to do the things we got to do. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Maybe it's something they really were looking forward to and saved up for.
Maybe. I don't want to spoil I don't want to talk about those aspects, but I wasn't expecting that. So thankfully they were nice enough to pay for most of the meals that I was with them, and they were overall a very nice couple to do that for me. We had to do a lot of cool stuff. We went to hibachi, so it's the chef cooking in front of you. Very fun. I want to take y'all someday there.
Cool.
To one.
I've always wanted to go.
Yeah, it's
just
also,
to see what it's
like. Another thing, it's also finding the right chef. Because the chef got was an older one, but he was so funny, so well. He knew how to make everything entertaining. And at the end of the night, because apparently, as for oil, he used sake, so the alcohol, to cook everything. It tasted freaking amazing. One of the best.
That sounds interesting.
Tasted one of the best meals of my life. He actually like took the sake and like he actually like because it was in a squirt bottle. He aimed in almost everyone's throats. That was so funny. He actually did like when like one of those tricks where he's playing with the food and then he's throwing the food in your mouth. I got to catch a shrimp.
Nice.
Very difficult, but very fun. We got to do.
So yeah, so you got to do all this shit.
Yeah.
For but you just went to Maryland for it.
Yeah, I didn't have to go to Florida or any tropical places. I didn't have to go to LA for that. I didn't go.
So.
Yeah. So you don't have to spend a lot to have a really good time.
Knowing this after your experience in Maryland, with those people, where do you want to go next?
Well, we'll go back to the Maryland story in a second. But in terms of what I want to do next year, not
even next year. Just where would you want to go into the future?
Well, so I think I talked to you about this before. We talked about it in the group. I definitely want to do a road trip. I think Toy Story 4 has inspired me, and again, weird correlation here, but I don't know why. It's a road trip's always fascinating me, being on the open road, traveling with friends. What does the great roads of America have to offer us?
I see.
I was going to make a spoiler from the movie, but I forgot George has not seen Toy Story 4 yet.
I
so
did not get to see it.
I
want to, but I was just
gotta keep my mouth shut.
Oh my god, do you know how many movies I saw this month? I'll get into that later.
Yeah, we'll get into that later.
Let me tell you guys. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think you saw a movie for 3 days straight.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want to do next. But it's also in terms of the Great America itself. I do want to go to Texas. I do want to go to Chicago. I do.
Yeah,
want to
I know
go
you
LA.
talk about Texas a lot.
I thought I was going to get the chance to go to Texas next year, but that was thrown out the window last weekend. We're not going to talk about it here.
Yeah.
Washington, definitely. Back to Florida.
And then I passed through Washington once when I went to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Well, not even Atlanta. I went to Georgia last year. Just for my cousin's wedding. So that was it.
You told me. Well, but it was a much shorter experience.
Yeah.
What was it?
No, I was there for a week. It was just that
it felt shorter.
Yeah.
You didn't really have much time to relax a little bit. Nor see any film productions. No. And then after America, I definitely want to go to Europe. I definitely want to go to Japan. Obviously, Japan's
that is the destination for everybody. Every weeb, every dork, every nerd.
To get to Japan.
Japan is the goal for everybody.
The thing is that beyond what Japan has to offer, I really don't know how the hotels work. Because I see the videos on YouTube.
It depends.
I don't want to do a capsule hotel. I don't want to do that. That sounds like a fun experience, but it doesn't sound like a thing I want to do on a vacation.
Yeah, back when I was in high school, when I was younger, I just had the internet at my disposal, so I just learned a lot about Japanese and Korean culture. Yeah. So honestly, yes, I am a weeb, but I do actually know a decent amount about the culture and respect it. So yeah, it would be interesting to do one day. Yeah, capsule hotels, they seem cool, but they're starting to become more popular in America. So honestly, if you want to try that, you could even go to LA.
Yeah, well,
I know that they're starting to pop up over there. Yeah. Oh my god, who keeps texting you, Joseph?
I have a feeling.
Can you go check for me? And can you also check whether we're still recording on the B-roll footage?
We're recording still.
Oh, thank god.
Ironically, the person who texted me is the person I was on vacation with. So,
nice.
Ironically,
our other camera is trying to record our B-roll footage, and it's really fucking annoying.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's the good camera, but somebody didn't charge it. And also, it only records for not that long at a time. It really sucks. I'm saving up to buy my own camera.
Yeah, your own camera for your own things.
Yes, it's going to be.
Where were we?
I have a certain camera in mind, and it's over $1,000.
You showed me,
but it looks so good.
Yeah. So anyway, those would be the places I would love to go to someday.
For me, it would be
back to Greece.
Oh yeah, actually, Greece would be nice
to go back as an adult.
Yeah.
LA, no duh.
LA, it seems all right. The people, I don't know, the people there seem too laid back.
Yeah. Kind of, but and traffic's horrible, but it's like, it's kind of where the industry's at right now.
Yeah, yeah.
I know it's expanding to other places, but that's generally where the main hub is. Yeah, those would be places I would go to.
For me, maybe Atlanta.
Go back to Atlanta.
Yeah. Maybe Atlanta again, just to see, but I don't really know. Besides film shit, I don't know what's around there.
Yeah, no, it's just not. It's the hub for every film production, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'm thinking it's because of The Walking Dead.
No, it's that it was Walking Dead first, then it was all the tax breaks everyone got from down there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You had to save a lot of money, the last time I heard anything from Georgia was the whole abortion law scandal.
Yeah,
if they pass it, I'm not sure where they're at right now. I really don't follow politics. I really don't.
I'd also love to go to London. London.
Oh, London, yes.
Yeah, English culture is another thing I'm very much into. It seems so interesting to me, and I would really love to visit London.
It's our distant cousins. We can get there.
Just to see the old, the really old locations. You know,
mm-hmm.
I've heard that there. I don't know how true this is. I just heard this offhand on the internet one time. But I heard that there are bars there and taverns there that are older than America.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just seems so interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
The rich history and everything there. I would love to visit one day.
Yeah, I was planning on going to London this year, but my best friend Michael, we were planning on going there with Charis. But the plans didn't plan out, and then he had another thing to deal with. So either way, it wasn't going to happen this year. Yeah. We're still planning it for maybe the future. It's definitely not going to happen next year too, because the plan for next year was that I told you, I don't think we talked about on the show that I was split between three different vacation options for next year.
Yes,
and I feel like for next year I'm going to probably spend time with my parents, because the thing is, bro, this means no offense to you. We're going to probably be friends for a longer time when my parents are going to be around for.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll have more opportunities to do the big vacations later on in life. But right now, I don't know how long I got with my parents. So I feel like I am going to go with my family next year, and then whatever happens in 2021, we'll figure that out when we get there. And I believe camera A shut down.
Great.
Yeah, it shut down.
God damn it.
I'm not sure if it was power, so keep talking, George, while
I would also love to go to Philadelphia because I hear.
Just ran out of power.
Damn. Okay.
I'm gonna get some water because my throat is dying.
Okay. I also hear that the convention scene in Philadelphia is great. So I would love to go there to try that out. I think that's mainly it. Those are the main locations I would want to go to. But that brings me into another topic, which sort of related. A great excuse to go on vacation: conventions.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to go to convention. I feel like
right,
the time is soon. For
yeah,
me
I went to Pennsylvania, but what did I do in Pennsylvania? I didn't have any idea of what I was gonna do there. But I have known people that have gone to other states and other places
for
conventions and found other things to do there and made good vacations out of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd love to go to certain. I forget which state is WonderCon in.
Anaheim. Anaheim. I don't think
no.
Anaheim. WonderCon. I don't remember. I know it's in America, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I want to say Anaheim, but I could be wrong.
Okay, but yeah, that's the convention that focuses specifically on comics mostly.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to go there, so that'd be a good reason to visit that state or area, wherever the fuck it's in.
Mm-hmm.
And PAX East. I've known people that have gone there.
Same.
It seems cool.
I might go next year, maybe.
Yeah, and
depends how things are going.
Yeah, so I would just love to go to these one day.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it's a good reason to go to other states, other places. Why are you going to so and so? A convention, and maybe I could find something else to do there. And that's and that is a whole vacation right there.
Yeah, there's another aspect I want to talk to you about conventions, but we can save that for a little bit later. To sort of we're gonna retrace back a little bit, if you don't mind. So we're gonna go backwards in time.
I was going to say I could lean into another thing I did recently.
You want me to just wrap up the Maryland thing then? Because I still have a little bit more.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll just wrap it up. So overall, the Maryland trip was freaking fantastic. I loved it. I think my last day there, I had a very brief moment. Should I just stay here?
Should I just stay and ditch my life? Yeah, that sounds right.
I mean, some people do that. They go to a location. It's like, hey, I'm on vacation, but guess what? I want to stay here. Should I? No, but no. I actually.
There's an episode on Boy Meets World about that. It was funny.
Maybe I'll get to that one day.
I love that show. It's so good.
I watched Girls Meets World before watching Boys Meets World.
Girl Meets World is it's good.
It's an okay sequel.
I liked it.
I only watched the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, I didn't watch most of it. I watched episodes here and there, so I've seen a lot of random episodes. But I thought it was good. Yeah. I thought it was a good follow up.
Yeah, too bad Disney canceled it. But
yeah,
fuck you, Disney. I honestly almost cried. I almost cried at the end of the vacation because it was just like
it's okay, Joseph.
I'm gonna punch you. Don't touch the new hair. Where we're gonna go? Yeah, so I was just that I wasn't gonna see these people for at least 2 years, and there's also the fact this was my first vacation and alone. When I say alone, it's alone from my family.
Yes,
and I felt really happy, and I really wanted to stay, but I had to go back to life. I had to go back to this world, be back in New York. And there was another aspect I learned about myself. I learned about what I want to do, who I want to be with in the future in terms of a romantic thing. So hopefully they don't watch this episode. Hopefully, otherwise they're gonna kick my ass when I go back down there. So I think
I'm not getting into the topic of romance.
Yeah, but this isn't a romance for me. This isn't a romance in period. It's just me.
I can't.
It's just me knowing another aspect of who I want to be with someday.
I see what you mean.
So while we were on the trip, it was, I believe, the second or third day. So one of the relatives that stayed with us for that the second day after the barbecue, one of them was her sister, and she was a gamer like us. She had a Switch. She had a PS4, not an Xbox person. We got to play Switch almost the entire night. We gotta play Jackbox, bro. We gotta play Jackbox.
I played it before. It's pretty fun.
It's fun as hell, but we need a bigger group.
It's only fun with the right people.
Then you need more people than 2.
Yeah.
If you and me do it, we're gonna get bored.
I've played with 3 people before, and that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's better with more
people
and with specific people. Why am I itching everywhere today?
I have a feeling, but I'll tell you that later.
Are there mosquitoes in your house, Joseph?
No, that was downstairs. That was 3 weeks ago. But so I now here's the thing. Before I get to any context of this, I had no romantic interest in any of these people. But it was so fun just to be with a female person of the opposite sex that also likes video games, and we had so much fun. Now, obviously,
similar to you, I gotcha.
There was other people. There was obviously the kids and him and her and the wife, and obviously we had a lot of fun. But it was just in general so fun to be able to have someone like that. It was so fun. And then the next day, we were going to go see Hobbs and Shaw later at night. Spoilers. I didn't do a movie review for that. I'll save my thoughts on that for the DVD unboxing, but overall, I enjoyed Hobbs and Shaw. It was a very okay spinoff.
Yeah.
Okay spinoff. But again...
It seems like such a generic action movie.
It was a generic action movie.
You know how, Skyscraper looked like one of the most generic action movies ever?
Yeah, and I saw that movie. It was fun.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
I think, that's the appeal. Also, Jesus, Joseph. You're cleaning that afterwards, right?
Yeah, I always do.
Okay.
When I empty it.
But...
Yeah, so...
Yeah, that sounds...
Yeah, so...
Cool.
But...
it's funny. I don't think I've ever really met a girl that was, into comics or movies as much as I have been.
Even your ex wasn't that much.
Even, the people I've dated, what I'm saying is, I don't... if your personality is great enough,
that's fine.
Then that's
overridden.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't need to have common interests
in
with somebody.
Yeah. That's fine.
But I realize I kind
of do
with you know how important comics are to me. So it's pretty in terms of my interests, it's pretty high up there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny, I never really met a girl that was
into that. Yeah.
At least one that I was romantically interested in.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I understand that. And
like the cashier at Midtown Comics is a female, but it's just like that's just the cashier at Midtown Comics. I don't care.
Yeah, no offense to that cashier from Midtown.
No offense.
If you're watching this video,
like, she's cool, but like it's not like I had a romantic and nobody that I've had a romantic interest in
has like comics.
Yeah,
yeah.
Could you also do yourself a favor and put the Ken's lap on?
Yeah, sure.
The lens cap on.
And then also, so while we were waiting for Hobbs and Shaw to finish, I'm trying to finish this up. She invited her friend over to play some board games with her, and honestly, this girl I thought she was cute. Being honest, but I had no romantic interest there. And she also liked she was also into nerd culture because she was wearing Princess Peach Vans.
Nice.
That was cool. Maybe that was one of the subconscious reasons I should stay there, but I was like, no, never mind. But overall, it was just like I kind of now realize that again, I don't know who I'm going to end up with, and we had this conversation before in private and on the show. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. We don't know.
We don't, and I'm just chilling.
Yeah, chilling like a villain. I would just now. I'm more into the band camp where it's like I would really prefer, and it wouldn't be a deal breaker, but I would just try and find someone that has like very close common interest with me.
That would be great
to see movies with that we both like to stand how many TV shows I watch, obviously play games together. It would be a pipe dream. I don't know who that person is, where she is, but it's just now another aspect that I have. Like, again, I'm not saying I have standards. It's a preference. It's not going to guide, it's not going to discourage other people, but it's just what I would easily look for.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and that was basically my Maryland trip, and I enjoyed it, and now we're back to life. Back to normal, sadly. No more vacation, no more...
No, honestly, like, I'm not even mad I wasn't even, like, mad or sad when I came back. I was like, when I came back, first thing I thought of, I am getting pizza. Really? Pizza? New York.
Oh, yeah. My first thing when I got back is my dad ordered Chinese food. I'm like, ditto. Ironically, didn't have Chinese food throughout the entire vacation. Had Japanese food, had American food, had a lot of Hispanic food, but not one Chinese, even popcorn, but not even Chinese food. So that was fun to kind of like. What happened?
I just broke off a piece of your couch.
Okay, well,
I'm sorry. I swear to God, whenever I'm here, I always like
pull on it.
Don't you do that too?
No.
I'm sorry.
It's gonna go in the trash anyway. Who cares?
I mean, yeah, I know you've been planning to like replace this couch for a while, but I'm sorry.
It's fine. You could I'll give it to you for dinner later.
I'm just gonna. Ew.
Yeah. So that was our very entertaining vacation. Now we're going back to real life. And here's another this isn't a Maryland related. This is just a me thing. I don't know why I do this. It's like every time a major thing happens to either me or a group of friends I'm with, I always tell them like when a big event's over that you got to move the fuck on. It's over. Like I was gonna send this to you, but we were going through so much other shit at the time, so I didn't want to.
Oh my god, so much personal shit happened this
like,
week. Not to me.
Just in
general.
What was going on around us?
I was like, holy shit. Why is shit hitting the fan
and we're not telling
so hard after I get back? I'm not saying a single word of it. We are not
able to tell those stories.
Yeah. I was just so surprised. I was like, why is everything happening right now?
When this is happening.
I was gone for a weekend.
I was gone for a week, and this had to happen the moment I came back.
I was like, what the fuck?
That person's going to be on the show someday, so maybe I'll talk to them then.
But it was just like, even like while I was on vacation, you were like, dude,
don't
check the group chat.
When you come back.
When you're back and when you're chilling, check it. But just take your time and relax right now, all right? Yeah. I was like, okay.
Yeah, because I don't want to discourage you. We're not going to say anything about that.
It was probably like for the better why I didn't check later on. Oh my god, my arms itch. Why do my arms itch so much?
I'll get to that in a moment. Or where were we at?
Maryland, it was great.
Oh, no, yeah, Maryland. No,
and now you're back to regular life, which is good. You know, like, I gotta admit, this summer,
It's not over yet. It's not over yet, but it's still it's been one of the best summers I've ever had. Besides another issue that I'm currently dealing with.
Yeah.
Everything else has been great.
This has been one of the best summers of my life.
Yeah.
Because, like, with me, I have a work ethic. You know, like...
You're always working.
Yeah, like, I love working, especially if it's something that I care about.
Mm-hmm.
Like my writing. But, like, I have a day job, you know? But I was working less hours during this summer.
Well, yeah, of course, the school wasn't in session.
Yeah. And, so I was working less hours this summer, but I was still working. You know, like last year, I took a job, and I'm not going to say what the job was, but just like I took a job, and like it was so long. Oh my God, it was so... I hate... Okay, I'm not going to say like, oh God, that job was horrible. No, like...
It was just long.
It was long, and it, like, I just personally, like...
Want to go back to my others? You want to go back to the other stuff?
Yeah, but the other problem was that like if I'm doing nothing over the summer, then I'm freaking out. I need to work. I need a reason to get out of bed. I need
do something.
Yeah, I need something to
do,
keep me occupied. Something to do.
I feel like
I need something productive. That's what I need.
I feel like at this point in our life, we have the ability to do that.
Yeah.
And some people say that, you know, considering that we are in a very different, our hobbies are different because we play video games, we read, we watch movies, we read comics. Those are productive too. Those
can be
to an extent. Like reading comics is like when you get a backlog, you want to finish that. If you sit down,
it's so satisfying to finish something. That's why I read most of. I bought a book while I was in Pennsylvania. I bought Batman: The Long Halloween. That's why I mostly read it in one sitting. Mm-hmm. Just because I was like, I just want to do this.
You want to read the story.
Yeah.
And you did.
And I did. It was great.
Yeah. That's productive. People can say, no, you're wasting your time. It's like, well, no, for me, it's like, I always wanted to do this. I wanted to play that game, and I did it. I beat it. It's like, okay, that's off my list. I can focus on something else.
Yeah. There is a weird work ethic to stuff like that. Like, you ever hear about people like, oh, I finished this anime, like, oh, I'm this far through this anime. There's a reason. They feel like it's not that
it's a chore.
It's not that it's a chore. It's not like media is a chore to us, but like it's very satisfying when we finish something, even if we don't like it that much. We're like, we finished it. It's done.
Yeah, like the Iron Fist show. Season 1 was a crap fest. Season 2 was better. I know you haven't gotten there yet, but it's a little it's better.
But this summer, honestly, it was perfect. I was working, but I was working less hours.
So you were able to do more things.
Yeah, exactly. Like, one of my main worries about the summer when going into it was that, oh, I'm not a kid anymore. I'm not gonna have a whole free summer to myself.
Yeah.
For possibly a long time.
I don't think we'll ever get that. That's the sad thing.
Yeah, possibly the rest of my life. I will never have a free summer ever again. But then I realized, like, oh, wait.
You could still fit it in.
No. It wasn't even that. It was that, like, oh, the last time I had a free summer to myself, I was really sad.
Yeah,
at the fact that I wasn't doing anything productive. So it's just like, oh, maybe this is for the better. And I was working less hours. That's the thing.
So you're still able to
So I still had a lot of free time just to chill out, just to relax.
Or do your own things.
Yeah. To do what the summer is there for.
Mm-hmm.
You know? We were raised at a very young age to believe, like, oh, if this time of the year you do this stuff, this time of the year you do this stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, transitioning into adulthood, that's really hard to adjust to.
It really is. Because
I
felt the same way you did in terms of, like, if you're not doing anything for a full summer. It connects back to the last episode we did together about my horrible health ethics. Another aspect is that I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
Like, all I did was just watch YouTube videos and ate, maybe played some video games, and obviously trying to, like, do some YouTube videos, but it wasn't, like, really the bread and butter wasn't really the main thing I was doing for the summer. So whenever I wasn't doing anything, I felt like shit. On top of the already feeling like shit part.
Yeah, but, like, this summer, it was...
the best. It was not the best, it was, like, one of the greatest.
It was perfect. It was great.
I think everything could be better, but, like, so far, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
this has been great.
But it's just like, oh my god, this is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I needed.
Mm-hmm. and too bad it's over.
Yeah, it's over. But
by the time this post, it's going to be over.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to finish my statement from before, and no offense, your thing was great. Every time something's over, I always tell them, like, after this weekend, I want to tell you, like, no offense, I don't want to be offensive to you, but it's like, listen, man, you had a fun weekend, but guess what? That weekend is over. It's time to go back to New York, back to your old life.
And speaking of which,
we're gonna shave that beard.
No, including back to work. Guess what I've been looking forward to.
You're finally scripting episode 69, Typical Campus.
No, that's been scripted for like a long time now.
Please show me the script.
I will. But Typical Campus is turning a year old.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
2 months in the month.
We still got time for that.
Yeah, in the month of October, Typical Campus is turning a year old. I'm not trying to brag, but like
it's episode 26 called The Birthday.
We'll see.
Oh.
You guys will see what I have planned for the birthday episode. You guys are gonna like it.
Which should be 26,
well,
right?
I know I'm gonna like it. I don't know if it's going to be episode 26. It might not be.
Damn. So 25, 27?
Around there. But I am very happy with myself. This is the first, not like the very first professional project, but the very first professional comic project that I've had. Yes, it's uploaded on Webtoon, a platform in which literally anybody can upload on. But
it's the same way like YouTube.
Yeah, but I have treated this very seriously. I've treated this professionally.
As a real show.
Yeah. I hired somebody in another country to help me.
It sounds like a very this. Yeah.
And it's like, shit. Typical Campus. This is a product. I made a product.
They're characters. You make characters, and they're entertaining people.
Yeah, and like, it's funny when I one time this writer that I follow, Brian Edward Hill, he did a YouTube live stream. He was just trying it out for the first time, and he was just answering questions about writing and stuff. He's a comic book writer. He also writes for TV. He works on Titans.
Season 2 coming out soon. Season 1.
He's hype.
Fun.
He's looking forward to it.
Titans Season 1. Very good. Very good. Was it as critical as a lot of people said it was bad? It was a little bit weird at first, but I got into it and it was like pretty different.
It grew on you?
Pretty good. I was expect like, you know how like before you see a show you read things and you get other people's opinions.
Yeah.
And that sort of molded what you think the show's going to be. And then I got to buy DVD the DVD before I went on vacation, and honestly it's really good. Can't wait for season 2. Looks really
Can
good.
I borrow the DVD?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Also, one thing...
I'll let you guys know what I think of Titans.
One day. Because no, George, come on. He's not even...
How many episodes? What, 13?
11.
11?
Yeah.
I can do it.
Fun fact before I get back to your point. Not fun fact, but like just a comment. And if she's somehow watching this, I'm single. The actress who played Donna Troy, who plays Wonder Girl on the show.
Right? Oh my god, she is stunning.
She's hot. She's beautiful.
Oh my god.
If I am somehow thinner and older, I would definitely try my best to do
How old is she?
28.
Damn it.
She's I'm older than you, so like even I'm
way older than us.
Yeah. But anyway, go back to your point before
very good. Like I'm not even like trying to be like
she's very stunning.
Like a gross guy. Like I'm just
she's very beautiful.
She is very good looking.
Yeah. Perfect choice for Wonder Girl.
Perfect choice for her.
So move on before we start becoming the Wonder Girl podcast. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I was watching one of his
live streams.
Yeah, live streams, and he was answering questions about writing. Not many people were watching it, so like, pretty much all of the questions got answered. And so I asked him a question. Hey, man, I am planning out a webcomic, a comic strip series, and so I asked him if he had any advice for that, and he said that while he has never written for that format before, he's written for comics before, but like not for like a comic strip series. He told me that like the key to like, not like the key to success, but like one of the most helpful things will be consistency.
Yeah.
He told me that like you have to let your fans know what your schedule is, and you have to commit to that schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he says that, like, it doesn't matter, like, what the schedule is, and it just has to be consistent. Like, whether it's every week, every month, Like, you have to let your fans know when they should be expecting an episode, and you have to fulfill that.
Yeah.
You have to fulfill that promise.
Yeah. And that's obviously for any sort of media, you gotta have that.
Yeah.
Consistency and also communication. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you don't have that, then you're just gonna let some people that way. And also, I've been doing a pretty bad job. I'm trying to do better, but it's like it's a little bit hard sometimes.
It's really hard for YouTube, but like for a comic series, it's a little bit easier. I remember another thing he said was that like he told me keep it up for a year. And see where you get.
And now you're approaching a year.
Yeah, he told me make your schedule, stay committed to that schedule, and do it for a year.
And go from there.
Yeah, and see where you're at from there, see whether you want to continue, and everything like that.
Yeah, so what's your mindset now going into end of year one and possibly reflecting? Like, are you done with 26? Are you like, where are you? Like, because I forgot what number you're up to.
I can check for you right now.
Yeah.
Like, we're an ongoing series. That's the thing. Like,
you're still making new episodes.
Yeah, when he told me, like, make a schedule, I made that schedule. I upload one comic strip, a.k.a. one episode, every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. And you kept that format.
And I kept that format. Yeah, like, I will admit...
There were close calls.
Yeah, well, no, the thing is, like, I admit there are a lot of comic strips out there that upload twice a week. Like, they upload a fucking lot, and they are... so impressive. There are so many good series out there on Webtoon. I can name a couple right now. Giant Nerd Boyfriend, that's the popular one. Mm-hmm. The Beehive is one that I personally follow. My Name is Death. I fucking love that series. That series is hilarious. But, yeah, and they're uploaded pretty frequently. My series cannot be uploaded as frequently, but, you know, that's because I do put a lot of money into it. Mm-hmm. Like, I am so happy with my artist, but, like, yeah, like, in order to, like, one of the main things that I learned when I created Typical Campus is, if you want an impressive product, don't be afraid to put your resources into it. Mm-hmm. You know, like, if you want something really good, you have to pay really good money.
Yeah, of course.
You know, like...
And it's not saying you have to spend a lot of money. Sometimes you just need to get what you need.
Yeah, yeah.
And so you'll be surprised what resources are out there for affordable costs.
Mm-hmm. It's just that, most authors on Webtoon out there are the writer and artist, so they're not paying nearly anything, whereas, like, I am paying a certain amount of money. How much I am paying is confidential between me and my artist. But, yeah, like... So because of that, I upload every other week, but I stayed consistent. So there were close calls. I think one time I accidentally uploaded on a Tuesday instead of a Wednesday when I usually uploaded. But, like, I did it.
Yeah, you did it.
I stayed on a schedule and, like, I stayed consistent. I made a product.
For almost a year.
Yeah, and I'm really happy.
So what number are you up to now?
We are currently up to number 23.
So you have up to 26 done?
Yeah, and we upload our next episode on...
Tomorrow?
No.
Really?
On the 28th.
We got one
the 28th of August.
You got one during my vacation?
Yeah. The 14th is when the last episode was uploaded. I
was on vacation. I didn't...
Don't know when this episode of the podcast is going to get uploaded,
pretty sure
but, like...
coming after the 20th.
Yeah, what I'm saying, like, as of we're recording, the next episode's going to be uploaded on August 28th.
Yeah. But you have 20... You're done with the first year of episodes.
Almost.
Well, you have 24, 25, 26 done? Or not yet?
No, we're working on them.
But 24 is done.
Yeah.
No doubt, because you got to get that uploaded next week.
Yeah. But no, I'm just...
You're so happy. You're happy. The year one's been a success.
I'm really happy. And, like, to be fair, this was a side project.
It's still a side project.
Yeah, and it's still a side project. It's not... Will
there be a year 2, or are you still, like, debating after you're done with 26? Or after you're done celebrating the 1-year milestone? Have you determined it yet, or are you going to, like, maybe I'm going to take a break, maybe do another thing, or is it like, this couch is dying on me. But no, are you planning right away to jump into year 2, or are you going to maybe announce, like, hey, we're taking a short break to reflect if we're going to continue this or do something new or whatever? Because I'm saying still, you can keep going as long as you want. You just need to get to 69. We're now only like 46 episodes away.
I really really want to continue.
You want to do a year 2?
I want to go with year 2, and I think I'm going to.
That's good.
I have ideas. I've told you my ideas for things that I want to do for Typical Campus.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I do want to work on other things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like my short stories and stuff. Which I could work on.
Yeah, you can do both.
Yeah. But yeah, I really want, like, even though that this is a small little thing that I do, I really want to continue it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I also do want to churn out more products for other people to enjoy. So that way I can start going to conventions and
promoting, not being the main thing, but you want to be like assisting the thing.
Yeah, I want to like grow my brand.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is George Papandreou. This is what George Papandreou has worked on. I hope you like his work. You know, I really want to grow my personal brand, and I think Typical Campus
is part of that.
It's part of it. Typical Campus, it really helped. Like,
yeah.
And, you know, I have ideas for things that I want to do for Typical Campus. Will those things pull through? I really hope so.
Mm-hmm.
Depends how I manage my resources and everything like that.
Yeah.
But I will tell you guys now, yeah, look forward to year 2 on Typical Campus.
We still got to finish year 1.
We still got to finish year 1, but I don't want to make it seem like that's it, because it's not.
Yeah, you want to do more, and
I do want to do more,
and I'm gonna make you do more till 16. After that, I really don't give a fuck. I'm kidding.
Yes.
I'm kidding. That's cool.
Also,
1 year.
Special thanks to my artists, Anna Martinez. Oh my god, she is the greatest person I have ever worked with. Like, she is awesome. Follow her, okay? Follow her.
We get it.
I'm telling you guys, she is awesome, okay? Definitely, like, yeah, also, yeah, that's another thing I learned. It's, comics, they're collaborative.
Mm-hmm. You gotta work with the artists.
Yeah, like, what I learned is, like, whoever you're working with, whether it's an editor that you're going to work with in the future, or just the artist, be open to more ideas, because they can make your product
better,
way better, if you're more collaborative with it and more open with it. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, congrats on going into ending year 1 of Typical Campus and starting year 2.
I know it sounds like I know it sounds like a little too early to start celebrating for year 1, but it's like, I started working on Typical Campus. I started writing it more than a year ago. Yeah, like over a year ago. Like, I remember I first came up with the idea in January. Then, like, around March, I started writing down the scripts, and I was like,
we could do this.
I have a lot of ideas for, like, a comic strip series.
You can do this.
I can do this. And then I just started
getting
going from there,
mm-hmm.
And as with Typical Campus, I plan very far ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm talking about first year this early.
And now you're going to second year. Now, will there be a third year? That'll be a question for next year.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, like a lot of things to do. And again, very happy that you managed to get to that tentpole so quickly. Not quickly, but it's like it went by so quickly when you posted episode 1, and I think we did an episode about it. Not all about it, but like you were promoting it. And now here you are now wrapping up almost at the end of year 1 and going into year 2.
Yep. I'm really happy, and everybody. I don't know how many people who follow I don't know if there's anybody who follow Typical Campus that watch the series, but if you do, thank you. Like, you guys are the best. All right, I love you guys. Okay.
Now that summer 2019 is wrapping up, sadly, and I will be crying in that corner in 2 weeks. And before I get to the real,
just label it the Joe crying corner.
Oh yeah, there's been a lot of crying in this house. It's just I don't want to go back to classes. I really don't, but I kind of do want to. It's just financially is a bitch, but that's a topic for another day.
You got this, okay, man?
We're wrapping up.
You got this.
We're wrapping up summer. We're into the final 4 months of 2019, which is freaking crazy. We've survived a lot of tears and a lot of movies. A lot of endings.
A lot of fucking movies for me.
And a lot of endings.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Are we wrapping up this episode for the podcast?
We got a little bit more juice left.
All right. I'll get into that in a little bit.
Yeah. But, actually, no, okay, how about that? We'll go to your movie finger because that's still summer.
Sure.
So how was your summer thing? weekend of summer movies. While
How many fucking movies I saw?
You saw 3, I think, in one weekend.
I saw 2 in one weekend. So I started with Spider-Man Far From Home.
That was before. Yeah, I was still here when.
Yeah, that was still here. And then and the rest were like limited things.
Yeah.
That was only like the main blockbuster movie I saw. So after that, I saw the Doctor Who End of Time limited special, and the Doctor Who. There's an episode of Doctor Who called The End of Time. It was a 2-parter. It was a great episode for the series, and it turned 10 years old recently. So because of that, they showed it in limited theaters.
You went to one.
I went to it. I will admit, Doctor Who, I love that show, but back then,
Well, no, yeah.
No. What I'm saying is like the production quality. It's meant to be watched on TV, so they have a TV budget, and so like blowing it up on the big screen, it looks
stretched.
It looks okay. You know, like it looks all right. Yeah. I think the 50th anniversary episode, they actually had a movie budget for that. They had the resources for that, so that was meant to be looked like as a movie.
Okay,
and that was great.
Yeah.
And like The End of Time, oh my god, it still holds up. It's still one of the most confusing fucking episodes of that series ever.
But you enjoyed it.
But I enjoyed it. Oh my god, it was so much fun.
Do you think...
I got to encounter Doctor Who fans again, which are so rare. I feel like the fan base has just been shrinking.
I feel, yeah. Because I remember Doctor Who was... No offense to where the current series are at right now. It's just I never hear that much on my feeds anymore. No offense to... I'm pretty sure there's a strong fan base out there, but it's still being renewed, so you're safe.
Oh, yeah, no, like, it's a... Yeah.
Do you think when you said, like, movie-sized budget, do you... Like, I know it's a TV show, I know that, but
I
do you
forgot
think...
how much the budget was.
Yeah, but do you think the actors get a little bit, like, a little bit not like high and mighty about it, but like do they get a little bit like derail the fact, oh, we got a movie budget now, we're on a TV show that's a movie budget size? So do you think they kind of get a little cocky, and then when they go back to TV size budget, they kind of cry a little bit?
I don't know,
because I know Game of Thrones like Game of Thrones was a TV show, then like the last seasons were like more like movie budget scales. Like
Christopher Eccleston, he refused to come back for that episode despite their budget.
Well, yeah.
So I don't know.
He's a weird character, Chris.
He's a weird guy.
He did Thor: The Dark World, sadly, and he fucking got burned.
Which sucks, because Malekith is such a cool villain, and they just butchered him in the MCU.
And for you had a Doctor Who actor playing him, so you felt like this is perfect for me. You saw the movie, like,
yeah. But no, like it. Like I said, End of Time. It's a great episode. I'm just saying, like, just because of the production quality, like it looked a little weird on the big screen. I'd say, like, go to it if you really want to. It was a lot of fun. If they ever do something like that again, it was just was like,
yeah,
okay.
Then you saw Once Upon a Time
in Hollywood. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I saw that in 70mm film. Oh my god, it looked
beautiful.
Like,
God bless Tarantino, still doing the old style things.
Right? Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet. I'm still on the fence on Tarantino. I've already seen like 3-4 Tarantino films at this point, and I enjoyed all of them. I just don't like. It's not like I'm a big.
Did you hear how well the movie did in the box office?
It was doing okay.
It was dominating for like a week.
Yeah, for a week, man. But then Hobbs and Shaw.
You know what I mean, Joseph? Yeah. Like, I'm saying, like, hear me out. We live in a world where, like, the blockbusters dominate the box office. Because that's what the mainstream audiences see.
Then Once Upon
a Time in Hollywood, it's just a random-ass film about a random-ass thing. And yet it was able to compete with those. Mm-hmm. That's what I think is awesome.
It tangled with Spider-Man, tangled with Hobbs and Shaw.
That's what I thought was cool, you know? Like, it's just a regular movie, but it was able to be on par, like, financially.
Yeah.
And popularity, this wise.
Yeah, they had a pretty good cast. I haven't seen the movie yet. I will someday. I just don't know when.
It's one of his most chill movies.
Yeah, after like the more deranged recent ones.
Yeah.
It was nice to go back.
He's a very wild filmmaker, which I like. Yeah, that's his style. But, it was one of his more chill
movies. Disappointed Samuel L. Jackson was a part of those, but we got to see a lot of him this year in the MCU, so that kind of made up for it.
So in case anybody doesn't know what I mean, 70mm. Do you know like those photo reels or like those film reels and like those old style projectors. Just throw up a couple of picture references. Basically, on 35 millimeter film, that it's not digital. Get it? It's literally like film. It is literally light being projected on a thing that has captured an image in time. It's not digital. There is no like it's really hard to describe, but it looks great. Like 35 millimeter film, it's about the equivalent of like a little over 1080p HD. It's like almost 4K if you're watching a movie in 35 millimeter film.
Then you go to 70K.
Then you go to 70 millimeter, and holy shit, is there a difference? I will admit, there is noise. You know what I mean? Like in film, there's like noise in older films. There's no like way to reduce the noise. There is that, but like that works with the style of the film, if that makes any sense. I feel like with film noise, for some movies it looks better without it, and then for others they look better with it. I think it worked for this film. There were barely any scratches on the film stock, which I was impressed with. They kept good condition of it, so that was nice.
And then you saw 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Then I saw 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Go take an honest surgery. Goodbye.
I kept telling you guys about like all this shit I was seeing this month. Oh my god, 2001. That was the best one. Out of everything I saw, oh my god, that was the best thing I saw. Holy shit. I saw that movie in, oh yeah, by the way, I saw it Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in the Village East Cinema in the city. It's obviously in East Village. And that was great. Oh my god. Throw up pictures if you don't mind, Joseph. That was one of the fanciest theaters I have ever been to. Oh my god, I want to see everything there now. Sadly, they had a chandelier.
A chandelier?
They had a chandelier. I will show you these photos later.
We're not seeing Endgame with a chandelier near us. I'm just telling you.
But like, oh my god, it looked amazing. I've always wanted to see a movie in like one of those old style theaters.
And you did.
And I did, and it was great. I should have brought a jacket because I was freezing my balls off there.
Did you get some?
But yeah.
Did you get some popcorn?
No.
Why do you never get popcorn, George? How dare you? Did you at least get a cup of soda?
I had a bottle of water.
You suck. You suck.
But 2001: A Space Odyssey. That was not just, oh, we're going to movies, we're seeing this, and it's limited, but yeah, we're seeing this, we're going to movies. This was a fucking event. I saw this movie theater at a museum. I saw this at the Museum of Moving Image in Astoria.
Yeah, I've been there before.
I've been there before, but I never seen a movie at their little theater part of the museum before. Jesus Christ. That was great. Oh my god.
It was like, smaller, but
it was a pretty small theater, but like I was fine with that.
Was it a packed theater, or was it just like
yes,
it was packed? Damn.
It was packed.
I wasn't expecting that.
And like remember, it was there was no reserved seating, and they do have old style seats, which like I like old style seats, so I don't mind. Like recliner seats, they're like those are great, but like
I love recliner seats.
Yeah, people complain about like the old style movie theater seats, and I'm like, they're not bad though, like they're good. But yeah, there were no reserved seating, so you had to get there as soon as possible. And yeah, oh my god, it was so great.
You know, speaking of old movies,
so
yeah, because you got to see an old movie on the big screen again.
That and like do you know how much money they put into that movie back when it was first made?
Probably a lot of millions.
So much. That way, and because of that, whenever it's one of the easiest films to restore because it was just made so well. Like there are people out there that say it looks like it was made today. Bit of a hard argument to make, but like, yes,
you can make the argument.
You can make the argument. That's That's how good it looks.
I haven't seen the movie yet, so
that's fine. Like it.
One day.
Then again, like story-wise, it's not for everybody. But like visually, it is one of the most stunning movies I have ever seen. I personally still love the story. You can analyze it as much as you want, but I'm not going to get into that now. But like, needless to say, this is one of the greatest movies of all time, and I'm seeing it in 70mm film, the way it's supposed to be seen.
Did they ever have plans to make 2002?
The author wrote a sequel, and I think they actually like made a film adaptation of the sequel.
You didn't get to see it?
I never saw. Like I hear it was like all right.
Yeah, but you didn't want to taint the original.
Yeah, it kind of taints the original, but like,
I'm not surprised.
But it's just like, Jesus
Mm.
Christ, this is one of the greatest movies of all time, and I saw it. I saw it in 70mm film.
Well, also you got to see it on the big screen again.
Yes, it was perfect.
You know what I would love to see again?
I can't stress enough how perfect it was, and everybody else felt that way too. It was a packed theater.
Damn, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I wasn't either, but like, it was great. It was such a great day. I had to get home in the middle of the night from Astoria. That was kind of a bitch, but oh well.
You get used to it. When you go to karate in the same area, literally 2 blocks away every fucking day, you get used to it. You know what movie I would love to see again on the big screen? Spider-Man 2.
Right? I really hope they do that one day.
Probably soon. Now that Sony's got the rights again, maybe they will.
Well, actually,
I don't fucking know.
Something that people complain about with Disney is their horrible re-releasing rights.
Oh yeah, fucking the recently Endgame thing was trash.
No, I'm talking about something else. So Disney now owns Fox. We all know that.
Yeah.
What movie does Fox have? Alien. And before the deal went through, Fox planned to have a Fathom event, Fathom is a company that like specifies on re-releasing films and have events like these. I go to them all the time. They're great.
Well, we also did one for the Dragon Ball My Hero Academia movies.
Yes.
We're gonna do that again soon, so I think can't wait for that.
So, Fox had a Fathom event for Alien. Alien is turning 40 years old.
Jesus Christ!
Oh my God,
they're getting old.
We're getting old.
Well, they're getting old.
They're getting old too, but it's just like wow. So yeah, they were planning on having a Fathom event. And thankfully it's not canceled.
But
Disney says
after this, don't expect it.
Never seeing it again.
I'm not surprised. They're probably gonna reboot it.
No. Apparently, when it comes to re-releasing old films in theaters,
Disney doesn't do that.
Disney does not do that. They have a specific policy where they don't do that anymore.
Unless it's like something big like Endgame.
Unless it's
to make more money.
Yeah, but it's like that's so fucked up.
I mean,
you know how many great movies are owned by Fox and want to be seen on, and people want to see them on the big screen, but just because they're not they make money, they just don't make all of the money, and Disney wants to make all of the money. It's so mad. I was thinking about not seeing it because I was just like, I've never seen Alien before. I've seen Aliens. But I was on the fence. I was like, maybe I might skip out on this Fathom event. But now I kind of have to, because this might be the only time
you'll ever see it.
I'll ever see it
on the big screen.
Yeah.
Well,
so yeah, I'm gonna go see it. But it's just infuriating how how corporate Disney can be sometimes.
Yeah, but guess what? They're the freaking box office kings of the world, so they get to make the choices, which is sad to say, but they're going to be our corporate overload someday, and I will prepare myself.
And you will bow down to them.
And I will wear my Mickey Mouse hat in pride. Yeah, but I would definitely love to see Spider-Man 2 again on the big screen. It was.
That would be great. So that's what I'm saying. Like Sony, the deal with Disney didn't go through, but hey,
don't even dare.
It's possible that they might do this now.
I don't want to think about it right now. I'm gonna hopefully wake up and this is all a bad dream. Then we're gonna get Spider-Man 3 properly. Fuck you, Sony. Anyway, okay, so we had a very entertaining summer, but now
great.
We're getting into the fall. We're wrapping up fall. Let's just take a quick look at what's left for 2019, which is it's sad and also sucks to hear because 2019 was this very mystical year when we were going into it because
2019 was such a good year.
We were getting so many endings, so many good things, and we're still going through that. We still got it in terms of movie. The next movie I think you and I are going to see next, I don't know, together or just we're definitely going to see this movie next is Joker. I think we talked about it last time.
Oh, that's going to be shown in 70mm film as well.
Are you going to see the 70mm film?
Yes, and you're coming with me.
I don't know about that. I might have plans that weekend. I'm not sure yet.
No. I'm saying, like, if you're willing to see it a second time, they're probably going to be showing it there for a while.
Oh, no, yeah, no shit.
Like, I think they're still showing Once Upon a Time in Hollywood for, like, one or two more weeks.
Okay. We'll see.
I saw the trailer for Joker, and they showed it in a 35mm film.
Mm-hmm. It looked good.
But they showed it before I saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Mm. It looked great. Like, I don't know why, but the film strip, it was like kind of scratchy. Mm. You know, there's like some scratches on there, but it's like that's weird. But it looked great. So they're showing it in 70mm film when it comes out, and
you might see it.
I'm going to see it.
You want to see how this turns out?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see how that weekend turns out. Then we got Zombieland Double Tap.
Yeah.
10 years. I can't believe it. 10 fucking years since the last one came out. I can't wait for my childhood to be reignited once again. Then we got... I'm forgetting a movie. Like, does this look like you're missing a movie, but then you're forgetting it?
Yeah.
Oh, then Jumanji. The next Jumanji. That's going to be another fun popcorn flick. And then, of course, obviously, the final finale of 2019, The Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, yeah.
The last ending of the year.
I'm going to watch it.
Well, no shit, we're going to watch it.
Yeah. Like,
that'll be...
Here's something. It's funny. Something that was, like, I talked to somebody recently, like, who loves Star Wars, but kind of hates talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, everybody has such different opinions on it.
Yeah, nowadays.
Yeah, but, like, okay, what I'm about to say, my opinion, you don't have to agree with me. Don't worry about it, okay?
Mm.
Yeah, this trilogy, this modern-day trilogy, it has been botched so badly.
Like, I think Force Awakens gave us such a bright future, and then Last Jedi just went down.
Yeah, like, I understand why people were mixed on Force Awakens, but personally, I liked it. I didn't think it was, like, incredible, but I thought it was great, you know? Then Last Jedi, it just kind of disappointed me.
Mm. Then how Solo came out.
Parts of it were great. Other parts of it were just like,
I'm actually gonna.
Jesus!
I'm gonna rewatch the entire Star Wars saga before 9. So I'll let you know how the prequels and.
You want to borrow my box set?
I have them over there.
No, my box. No, like my original trilogy. I thought you don't own the original trilogy.
We'll talk in November.
All right. Because I'm down to rewatch the original trilogy every day.
I gotta watch the prequels. Sadly, I don't think I've ever watched the prequels in full.
I have, that's gonna be heavily regret it.
That's gonna be a bumpy ride.
I saw The Phantom Menace in theaters because they did a limited thing for that too when I was a kid, and I was like,
the 2012 3D re-release.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna see Star Wars, and I was like, man, I really hope they re-release the original trilogy one day. Maybe if I support this release, then they'll do that, and they didn't do that.
Well, no, then,
and I nearly fell asleep in the theater.
No, was it because Disney? No, so Disney just bought them after Episode 1 re-release.
Yeah,
and then they're like, yeah, we're not doing this because I feel like by now we should.
Wait, actually, you know what's fucking weird?
What?
You know how there are 35mm. Reels and even 70mm films of the original trilogy that are out there.
Yeah.
It's just that they're all owned by, like, George Lucas.
Yeah.
So he refuses to, like, let them see the light of day. Because they're, you know what I'm talking about, right? With the, like, originals, not the special effects versions that he released on DVD.
Later on.
He showed it.
Where?
He showed it, I think, at the Chinese theater in L.A. He showed the original Star Wars. The only difference was that, like, it was the one that was retitled Episode 4: A New Hope, but, like, literally everything else was the same in the opening crawl.
Mm-hmm.
And like, everybody just kept asking him, like, why did you do this? Like, he only did it for, like, a night.
Did people just...
and people just showed up.
He just tweeted it out, like, hey, I'm doing this, just come?
Yeah.
Until seats are full?
Yeah.
Wait, he showed all 3 movies in one sitting? Or?
No, just the first one.
He was like, I'm bored. I'm
like,
bored.
people ask him, like,
why?
People ask him, like, I thought you hated these versions of the movies. And he was like, yeah, I just felt like showing it. He was like, yeah, I just wanted to do a little thing for tonight. And everybody was like, what the fuck?
Meanwhile, you're stuck in New York. You could have been there.
Oh my god, I would have killed a man to go there. I would have killed a man.
Now, just imagine if I was in the line with you and I was the last one to get in. Would you have killed me?
Oh yeah, I would have stabbed you in your.
Why my right nipple? Why?
No. I would have stabbed you in your carotid.
I don't even know what that fucking is.
It's near the throat. It's where you bleed out the easiest.
Oh Jesus.
No, actually, you bleed out the easiest near your leg in a certain area.
That's weird.
Yeah. Apparently, like he kept it in such good condition. I heard that there were barely any scratches on there.
Damn.
Except, like, the only scratch that was, like, very noticeable was at the Death Star explosion sequence.
Okay.
Which kind of sucks, since that's a big part of the movie, but, like... Do you know how out of nowhere this is? Like, exactly what you said, like, why?
He probably got bored. Probably got bored one night. I don't want to say anything, wrong about him, but he just probably was bored and was like, what, screw it. Let me rent out the theater. I got all this Disney money still lying around. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere.
George Lucas is a crazy man.
He is crazy. he made the prequels.
Yeah, he did make the prequels. No, that's just because I still stand by my statement. The reason why the prequels were bad is because he didn't have anybody to collaborate with, and he was also lazy. Yeah, like, he wanted to tell a very deep story, but he didn't, like, go through with it. He didn't actually put all of the effort into it.
Would you have not been surprised if Disney originally announced, we're just going to remake the prequels?
No, I wouldn't be surprised.
You would have been fine with it.
I would have been fine with it. But, like...
Yeah. So those are the movies for the year, video game-wise. We got Gears 5, you don't care about, but
no,
still, it'll be like a fun continuation of the story.
Yeah.
Borderlands 3.
Yo, what is with the focus on here?
Probably the light.
Yeah.
Borderlands 3. I'm just going to jump into that because, like, I've always been told Borderlands would be a fun game for me. I just never got into them. Yeah. Like, I played 2 and the pre-sequel.
They were free on PlayStation Plus, weren't they?
I just bought them on Xbox, okay. I think a few years ago. I gave mine to a friend of mine. So I'm going to play 3 and see how that clicks. Cool. Link's Awakening remake.
I'm looking forward to that so much.
Buying the art book with it. Because it's the only freaking collector's edition that I can get the standard box with.
Yeah.
Very stingy on my part, but guess what? That's how I work, and I can start making an art book collection. Got Spider-Man over there, and very happy. Another COD. Okay. I'm going to buy it, because it looks interesting. My friends are buying it, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll buy it.
Okay.
Death Stranding, next Kojima game.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's amazing.
It's actually it's gonna be my first Kojima game. I never played the Metal Gear games.
Oh wow.
Probably would be my cup of tea, but they're just too far back right at this point. I got too many other games.
Also, Metal Gear is really complicated.
Yeah, the story and I think the combat too.
Yeah.
I played Metal Gear.
It's weird because they had a perfect, from what I've heard, they had a perfect conclusion with 4, but then they made 5.
Well, 5 was a prequel.
And it's just like, what?
Well, 5 was a prequel.
I know, but still.
Yeah, I know. But hey, that's the way how storytelling works and money making works. So what can we do? And then Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Supposedly it's gonna play like Arkham, not like play like Arkham, but be like in terms of like the tone and the feel and the style. So I'm in. I'll see how it works. It's made by the team that made Titanfall, the Titanfall games. Respawn.
Wow. Okay.
Very good studio. I played Titanfall 2. Very fun game. So I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, and this is really in continuity because they're bringing back some of the voice actors from the movies.
Really?
The guy who played I forgot his name. The guy from Rogue One, the old wise guy. I forgot his name. The one who said, "Save the rebellion."
Yes.
Save the trees.
The one who talked like this, right?
Yeah. So I think he's reprising his role.
That's cool.
He's in the game. I think another actor got confirmed, but I'm blanking on who it was. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have more cameos. And also, sadly for you, the main character is voiced by the guy who played Joker on Gotham.
Oh God,
he's a really good actor.
No, honestly, yeah, like that's the funny thing. I hear he was a really good actor.
Yeah, he played a really good Joker.
Yeah.
So he's playing the main lead. So I'm very psyched for that game, and that'll be my last story-based game for the year until I moved into Pokemon Sword, which isn't really story-driven. It's just catching Pokemons in your balls.
I hope Sword and Shield turn out good.
I want them to turn.
I'm scared. I think Pokemon might not be for me anymore.
That's why I'm scared too. Because like Sun and Moon was like,
I was so personally, I was just so disappointed by Sun and Moon.
I just fell out of Sun and Moon. I just couldn't finish the story. Like I got into the, I was supposed to take on the last trial, like the grand trial. Never got to it. I just gave up.
I beat it just cause
YOLO, and that was it. I
never went back to it.
I would love to go back, but it's like it's with Sword and Shield coming out. Well, what's the point anymore? What's the point?
Yeah.
So I'm really. This will probably.
I hope that I like it.
But you know what the theory is, and this might not be my last Pokemon game if
what?
This theory comes through. So there was a Reddit. I don't know, not Reddit.
This is a new universe?
No. It was that I saw a post on somewhere on the internet. I don't remember what site I found it on, but this person was making correlations to when the remakes were released. So when the original Red and Blue games were released 10 years later, around that, I don't remember how. I think it was 8 years later. No, it was. No, yeah, 8 years later we got the Kanto remakes. Then we got to the Johto remakes. There was a 10-year difference. Then we got to the Hoenn remakes. There was, I believe, a 12-year difference. So the theory is for Sinnoh, it'll be a 14-year difference. No, 14. Yeah, I think 14. Yeah, 14 difference. Now I'm saying the Japan release.
Yeah.
The Japan release. I don't know why the computer didn't turn back on.
Yeah, our computer keeps falling asleep.
That came out in 2006. So technically, 14 years, 2020. It's incremental every 2 years. So
I hope that Gen 4 gets
I want to remake so badly.
That would be great.
It was my favorite region. And to see it in like the new graphic, the new style, it's like
that'd be awesome.
I would be totally fine if that was my last Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Like to be back in Sinnoh one last time. I feel like Sinnoh was the best generation in terms of me. No offense.
A lot of people say that.
No offense to Kanto. No offense to Johto. No offense. It's just for me when I was in that age. That was like the first Pokemon game I got into on day one.
Yeah, but like a lot of people say that. Like I liked Heart Gold and Soul Silver the most. In my opinion, those were the best ones.
The original DS games were fun.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I would love if so. I'm hopeful for Sword and Shield, but if they do make Diamond and Pearl next year, I would be. Actually, they could technically start doing yearly Pokemon games, which is going to sound.
That'd be a lot of work.
Yeah, no, like so they would work on. So this year would be Sword and Shield. Then next year would be the Diamond and Pearl remake. Then the next year after that would be the Let's Go Johto games. And then after that, we'll get like whatever the next Sword and Shield-ish game is. So they could technically do that, and they could just have different sub-teams working on it.
Maybe.
That's kind of like a pipe dream for Nintendo, because like Pokemon just prints money.
Yeah.
They just print money. Like, they're making a new Switch not a Switch mod. They're making a new Switch design just specifically for Pokemon. Mm-hmm. And that usually just like Pokemon.
It looks really good. I just don't like how the buttons are different colors on each side.
Yeah. I don't remember what it looked like, but I really was a fan of that. So I would be totally down if that was the way they do Pokemon. I would be totally fine with that. To give every new year of kids a new Pokemon game to enjoy, like their own like.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm not gonna. If I end up not liking Sword and Shield, I won't complain. But I'll just be like, all right, it's not for me anymore.
It's for a new generation.
Yeah.
You'd be totally fine buying it for your kids someday, but not for you.
Yeah. But I hope I like it.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, some of their directions has been very interesting, but it's definitely not going to appease everyone. I feel like since we started the whole, like, I think I'm going to call it the Goku trend, was like, we're always getting a new big power-up, so we got the Mega Evolutions, and then we're like, okay, you can, like, make your Pokemons more powerful, but now you have super powerful with Z moves. And I was like, well, we're going to go even bigger, because we're going to get bigger with Dynamax.
Yeah.
I wonder what's next after this. But no, yeah, I'll pick this on. That's sort of wrapping up my 2019. I told you already, like Black Friday 2019, I'm not buying any games, because there's just too many games. There really is. Mm-hmm. I won't have time to do any of them. And then, that'll be the end of 2019, and then 2020 is a different ball game, and I honestly don't want to think about 2020 yet. I don't.
Yeah, like, for me, honestly, like, I'm not even, like, looking that far ahead. I'm just kind of like, all right, when work comes back, I get back into the grind and see where things go from there.
Yeah, back to work, back to earning them paychecks, to helping the people you work for. Yes. I was about to reveal your job there. I'm like, I stopped myself.
Thank you, Joseph.
I found a way to do a Joe way. Yeah, that was it. That's what we have to do. Looking forward to. I don't know if the update I was promising to do has gone live yet, but I don't want to say anything about that, but
this was a good episode.
Yeah,
this was a very satisfying episode. I don't know why.
I'm a little itchy though.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sweating horribly, but
yeah, we've been recording for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
How we doing? Oh, an hour and a half. Damn. Got any closing thoughts, George, before we have sex with the AC? Because it's been like very hot for these past couple hours. Are we ever gonna shave that beard? No. Are we ever gonna trim that beard?
I trimmed it.
That doesn't look trimmed.
I did.
Like right here, this hair right here is like sticking out a little
bit.
No, Jordan. No. And when are you gonna get the connection for this? Like, there's a little patch here that doesn't have a connection.
That's supposed to be there, Joseph.
I don't see it.
We'll see you guys later.
All right, George.
Thanks for following.
George, pimp your shit. Because
you can follow me on Twitter at itsjustgeorge98. You can follow Typical Campus on Line Webtoon. Just search for Typical Campus. And for this channel, you can watch ActionX3000 on YouTube. And Joseph, what about you?
I've been trying to down. Yeah, my Twitter thing down here, I can never remember.
Oh my God, Joseph!
I don't know if I have the underscore or I took the 97. I completely forgot. I don't read.
Jeez.
I don't pay.
Okay.
I don't pay attention to my Twitter handle. If you didn't know, this was a PodXCast where I just completely forgot a lot of things most of the time, and George rolls around with the punches. If you are unaware, we try to post this every other Friday, so please subscribe to the channel, like it, ring the bell, ring-a-ding-ding. Favorite the video, share it with your friends. We will see you guys fairly soon, and until then, screw you, Sony.